shade in one simple time stable formula, low ammonia, perfect results every time. The Hypnotic, okay, so we have what, shadow in gels, Hypnotic in creams. Again, you'll notice our creams have the reds. So if I decided in my blonde hair I wanted some fun piece of red in there, I can do that in the one step and have a vibrant red. Pass this one around. No. 10 removable swatches. I really love these swatch books so they can be removed. Because again, blondes don't understand that a low light can be, you know, that this is a low light. It doesn't have to be brown. So being able to play with these swatches for us is a fantastic thing. And then I can give that to my clients if somebody's really, really blonde and they start wanting to go into a dimensional blonde. I have a way to do that in one step method too. Okay, cream developers, you're going to use 10 or demi. Again, our low lighting lines are for deposit only. You're not lifting with these. So 10 volume and demi is all that you need. Cream, always with the cream color. Gray coverage is 10 volume. Okay, so like we were talking about with shadow, these are also it's permanent hair color. So they can be used for gray coverage. They can be used as just a beautiful permanent rich color. 10 volume is all we need for gray coverage with our creams, so you're going to stick with that. If it's relaxed hair, you're going to use demi. Hypnotic, again, is not to be combined. So just like Illusionist, these ones are not calibrated to be mixed. You're going to pick your shade, one application of Hypnotic, which is half a tube, which is 1 ounce, 1.5 ounces of developer, 10 or 20. Applying to dry hair, foils, color papers, all over color, however you want to utilize it. I use this a ton in color corrections. Like I said, going from blonde to brunette can be done in 30 minutes. There's lots of things you can do, but again, shadow, and we'll go over the difference between creams and gels in a minute. But this is going to have a lot more pigment. That's why, again, the red is possible in this, just like the Illusionist. Now the red is possible in the Hypnotic because the amount of pigment that's in these lines. You'll also notice when the stylists are looking at, say, shadow and Hypnotic, they're not going to see the warmth of that filler as much in the Hypnotic. It's a little bit bolder and it's deeper. It covers, you know, the more pigment, so the kind of filler warmth doesn't shine through as much. It's bolder and covered up. So I think a lot of people find it's a little bit more, I don't want to say natural-ish is the comments I get a lot, usually, that it kind of, since you don't see as much warmth in this one, it's a good option for all of our clients who are always like, I don't want to see red. Color procedure, or processing 20 to 30 minutes with heat, 5 minutes cool down, room temperature for 30. So again, it goes right along with the highlight system. You're highlighting and low lighting in one step, they process together, wash it out. You're done. So that's the cream. I think, you know, just understanding the concepts of both of them, the gels and creams go hand in hand in kind of the rules. They're just going to deliver something a little bit different, which takes us into why creams and why gels.
Go ahead.
Let me go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. Cream color. For us in the salon, we have, like I was saying, 2 types of clients. We have clients that want very bold, cosmetic, fun, bright, vibrant, bold color. Those are our cream clients, okay? They want solid coverage. They don't want to see a thing behind it. I hate my hair color and I want you to cover it up and I don't want to even think about it again. Cream client. Then you have, I don't even know what's on here, okay. Then you have clients that come in, maybe not every 4 weeks, maybe it's 6 to 8. Do they want to see a harsh line growing out? No. They want a softer, natural look. They still want coverage, they still want shine, but they want something softer. They're a gel. Robin always told me, and I think it's a good description of tinted windows. Your gel line is a tinted window. Okay, you're going to see a flicker of what's behind it. It is covered, but you're going to see a flicker of whatever's behind it. where your cream color is limo tint. It is solid black, you're not seeing anything that's it. Yeah, and that's an easy way to explain it. That's why you need both. I used I've been using it for, how long did I say, 13 years now? So the creams weren't out at all. So all I had were the gel lines, and I could deliver and make everybody happy, not a problem. But when the creams came out, I got all excited, and I'm like switching everybody. You know, ooh, the cream ones came out, I'm doing this. Well, I had some people that were like, yes, this is that coverage. Wow, look at that. And I had other people that were like, take me back. Like, no, it's too much, it's too bold, I don't want that. So it's easy for us to kind of look around, like she can be a gel, they're a cream, you're a gel. You know, everyone has their different look. You're going to be a cream, you know, chunk of Hypnotic there in your blonde. Everybody's needing something different. So can I deliver every picture they give me with one of these lines? No, I can't. I need both. Yeah.
There's a stat out there, Mike, quick, and I use it all the time. 70% of hairdressers want a cream for its perceived superior gray coverage. 70% of their clients want a natural look.
Yeah. Yeah, and to be able to
You know?
ask your client, because they have an option, they've probably never been asked before, because we have what we have in our back room, and that's it. You want your gray covered? Okay, you like a 7N? Great, I'm gonna go mix it. They've never been asked for options.
We have a course we teach called Self-Tour of Hair Color, and it speaks to color placement for face shape, skin tone, eye color, even personality. And it works extremely well with these two systems because the more dynamic personality is more of a cream user. By the way, more hairdressers like that themselves. More consumers like this. So what I want to do, if you can compare it, there's, you know, look at, you'll see it in our models. You'll wonder why our models look so different. Mia, who's in charge of creative, has been mandated to do it this way. Soft, natural. She has high def, shadow, low lights, and blazing in her hair all at once. Same model, all at once put on the hair, pulled off. This one here, more dynamic. See the difference? So you'll look at our models and you'll be able to tell after a while. That's a cream model, that's a gel model. We're pretty definite. Sort of like comparing an oil painting. This is like oil paintings. Now hairdressers get this. And this is a watercolor. So you get that perception of what are they trying to achieve. It just gives them a bigger arsenal. So in review, let's do a quick review, because this is a great little 2-slide presentation to do it. What's the mixing ratio on this system?
Equal
1 to
parts.
1. Mixing ratio on this one?
1 to 1.5.
Right. What's the level finder on this? International, i.e. the Wella, L'Oreal world, all of the European, let's call it European. The level system on this, very different. American, 2 levels lighter in some cases than this one. Okay, so these are just real quick bullet points in terms of, you can mix with this. You shouldn't mix with Illusionist and Hypnotic. You can do some mixing with True Integrity, but this is a complete mixing system. This is not. Again, your cost per application is lower on this than this one. Okay? So this just helps you explain why we have 2 systems. The hairdressers will know, they'll realize that when they see a client walking in the door, they have an arsenal to pick. Which way do they want to take them?
But
It gives them a ton of
stylists
freedom.
don't know too. I mean, I definitely find that in the classes, you know, I go in, obviously, like you're saying, I'll go in because they use creams, but they don't even know why they use creams. They know they like the outcome, but they don't know why. They think they like the consistency. I mean, honestly, they're like, I just like the consistency of the cream. And I'm like, well, do you understand the difference between a gel and a cream and what they'll deliver for your client? No.
My wife is a perfect example. She's 60 years old, and she is a high-def user. And the reason she's high-def is because of, like, no line of demarcation. It looks natural as it fades out. She's just perfect for high-def. That client gets that, where, you know, many others aren't. Okay, you kind of get the difference now?
And one thing real quick, guys, while you're thinking about this perfect time, White Gels White Cream, we're going to be doing at the show, this is perfect timing. Start going after your customers, getting them ready for your show, because we are going to showcase on main stage complete gel model and a complete cream model, so you can literally see the model differences when they walk the runway. Just letting you know that, so you'll see that on main stage.
Any questions on this one?
But I want them to start thinking, this is how they get complete salons.
Yep. This is
Because, I mean, tell me, if you were a salon owner, wouldn't it make sense to have a complete system, not have some matrix here, some redkin here, a gel here, a this here? You can have a complete system with great education and.
Building unique.
Yes.
Just want to ask, probably for the guys, who are converting salons like you say you did. It's still very difficult to change a Redken person's mind. For us, it has been. I'm just trying to see what.
That's what our part is.
I think that's the one that I don't know.
Actually, it's an easier one than you think.
Yeah.
Well,
I used to
tell me
sell
about it.
Redken. I used to sell Redken for years. We match up extremely well with Redken because of their two color systems. If they still have gels, we are a gel person. If they're creams, we are creams. Some of the true Redkenites have both still. Now, I don't think Redken is focusing as much as their gel colors anymore, but there are some people who are die-hard color gel users. The biggest difference in terms of conceptually, we'll get into it this afternoon more, is Redken is now mandating their staff to go after better salons. And they're leaving themselves exposed on a certain size of salon that they don't really spend a lot of time on anymore. And we go right after those guys at that price point. Between the $20,000 and $30,000 a year Redken salons, that they're now going after the $50,000 to $100,000 a year accounts. They don't have any connection with Redken anymore. They're losing it partly because Redken's going higher. And so we have that opportunity in terms of relationship. In terms of product, we're a pretty close match. Performance-wise, just as good as anybody. Wasn't Colorbox? What was Colorbox? Were they Redken? I thought they were.
No.
We've got
They
more
were,
Redken
they were
salons.
TG. Yeah, no, I took, Summit Salon in Redken out in the Panhandle, which would be Mitch's.
Okay.
So we took out a Summit and completely converted them all over to us.
Again, performance and product were equal, or, I'm not going to say theirs is bad, theirs is good, ours is good. Ours are very similar in that respect. I think where we get them specifically is about the ability about relationships, because they're losing that connection to that kind of price point, to that size of salon.
And our educators, that's part of our job when we go in there too, is to make that relationship and that bond. Like, they have their sales rep and Rob's their manager, and they can talk the money, and I go in and become a partner with them on the stylist level and a friend and help them in every way possible. So we build relationships on all ends, which they're not getting.
And again, you guys have to think, this is a long-term process. And I'll give you an example. I got a salon in Wisconsin. I did this presentation to the conversion, who we are, why Scruples. I showed her the Ulta ad, and she's 100% Redken. And she was very upset because Ulta is like 2 blocks down. She knows she's losing retail business. And I have not done a demo there. But I convinced her to come to our training for tomorrow, Minneapolis. Granted, it's closer than Florida. But I think Rob's flown some people up if it's a big enough account. She's going to do about 60 grand. She doesn't have a dime of our product in her salon. But I asked the board and say, she's bringing her staff. I waived her fee of $200 per person. She's paying her hotel. She's going to come in, and she's just going to see who we are. And I hope to come back here someday and say, we got her, and she's buying 60 grand. It's a process, a year. But you guys have to think big. Don't think a product. You really have to take order for that product so you make a living. But think big on how we're going to get these accounts, because it is a process you go through, and we'll get more into that this afternoon.
Okay, we want to cover Power Blond. It's a new new product for us. And then we're going to go through retail at a 50,000 foot level. I'm not going to do product knowledge with you. I'm going to give you perception and positioning. And then what we want to do is grab a break here. Pete, quarter to 11:30-ish? Okay, perfect. Okay.
Okay, so Power Blond, this is your lightening and toning system. Power Blond, our lightening powder, this will be your bleach. Triple protection, dust-free, decolorizes natural and artificial hair color. The scent on this is a very nice blueberry scent. Everybody always comments on that. It does not smell like a strong chemical bleach in any way. You'll utilize this on the scalp, off the scalp. The mixing ratio will be different. 10, 20 volume on the scalp. You can go higher off. Processing time, 20 to 45 minutes. 5 to 30, just kind of depends on the technique they're doing, but we've done that in classes. So when you're lifting, you're always toning. We have the wonderful options of toners, and in high definition, we have it in true integrity. And now we have the Power Blond conditioning gel toners. One big challenge for stylists with toners is time and how it grabs onto the hair, and you have to be very, very, very careful that things don't grab and turn gray or turn drab, and it's tricky, and lifting and toning scares people a lot. So this kind of is going in and making our job a lot less scary, and I'll kind of go into that. This is ammonia and PPD free. A lot of people ask what PPD is, and basically you can tell them it's the ingredient most people are allergic to. If they're allergic to hair color, that's what they're allergic to. So it is not in this.
Is it in
And it's
your
all-
color?
Yes. Yep. Formulated to process at a slower pace for long-lasting full coverage and tonal deposit. This is where it makes it very easy for us, so we don't have to get it on in a split second and hope that it doesn't like grab funny here. You know, it can be 20 seconds. This gives us a longer time to apply. It actually has a processing time for the tones. We have multiple shades, neutralizing for beige results, enhancing for warm results, and canceling tones for cool results. And they are all intermixable. And this just kind of shows it. A caramel, a cream, ice, platinum, steel. They all have different pigments in them to help either get rid of warmth, maybe enhance some warmth, maybe neutralize, whatever they're wanting to do. With the blonde that they've lifted to, we have a toner that can do it, and they can feel free to mix them as well. So if they need different bases, if they need a little violet and a little bit of blue, they can go ahead and mix that together. Formulation, we will go over that with them. Some pre-lighted hair, mixing ratio is 1:1. Apply the toner and process up to 20 minutes, and that's where it's really different. You have time, you have wiggle room. It's going to be the same throughout the hair instead of, again, the front grabs. You haven't gotten up to the back yet. This took in 5 seconds, and that's why people don't like to lift and tone. So this makes those blondes that you saw on those pictures, that's how they got that. Okay, it's going to be even. Shampoo, apply no H2O2, rinse and condition. No H2O2, just really quickly, is a spray that we put on after we shampoo the hair. We spray no H2O2, and it goes in and basically turns the remaining residue, peroxide residue of the hair to water. If people are perming, they can spray this on after the neutralizer's been rinsed out, let it process 3 to 5 minutes, and their client can wash their hair that day. Okay, it stops all the processes. So we do this after every single chemical service. And then rinse and condition.
I remember the launch of that.
Yeah. Enhancing shampoo and conditioner, this one's brand new. Maintenance duo to be used at home following blonding services. Our clients always are complaining about hair turning brassy, so this is a shampoo and conditioner for them. It's going to neutralize those warm tones. It is sulfate free. If they have dark brown hair, say the honey blondes, they can use it every day. Somebody very bright blonde is going to use it once a week. We have the Platinum Shine shampoo already, and it's a pretty heavy, potent amount of violet. It's a violet shampoo. This is the same concept, only it's 1/3 of the amount of violet. So I always had to be careful with the Platinum Shine a little bit before, because, you know, it could grab. They could use it incorrectly. It's like, please always mix it with your shampoo. I don't want you to run into problems at home. So this takes that out of it. They've, you know, put 1/3 of it in. They don't have to worry about mixing it with anything. They're not going to turn purple. So that's really nice for maintenance at home and keep them happy with their blondes. Nice and bright.
On lightning, how many levels do you do?
For the bleach,
Yes.
we usually say up to 7. You have to be safe with it. Any other questions on that one? The toners have been phenomenal. They'll shake things up a lot through the year in the shows. At Premiere, that's basically what we did with every single model, was a different one of those toners. So they're really, really beautiful, and you'll see it at the show and be pretty amazing.